Hey everyone, it's Andrea. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, score, because this is actually the first in a lot of training videos that I've got for my team that you're welcome to enjoy as well. All right, today we're covering 2 essentials that are going to make or break your business, so pay attention. The basics of prospecting, which is like sphere of influence, making calls, doing open houses, the basics, okay? We're also going to talk about the top 10 CRM systems and maybe a bonus few extras so that it can help you stay organized and consistent with your communication. This is really going to be very practical, no fluff training. I don't do a lot of fluff, but I do tend to go off into tangents once in a while. So hopefully you'll be able to put this information into action right away. This is not just a sit back and listen. This is listen and apply what you're hearing. Okay. All right. Part 1, prospecting basics. All right. Let's start with that. If you don't have leads, you don't have closings. Make sense? All right. Good news is prospecting isn't about being some kind of pushy used car salesman. I'm sorry if there's any car salesmen out there listening, but you know that type. All right. What I want you to do is create conversations, and those conversations are going to create opportunities. Sphere, when everybody says that, that's the sphere of influence. That's your SOI. That is everyone who already knows, likes, and trusts you. Okay. That's friends, family, past coworkers, church groups, gym buddies. I don't know. These are the people that should know you and that know you're in real estate. Both of those are important. All right. The trick is not to sell them. All right. You just need to stay top of mind. So they may know 100 real estate agents, but if you're top of mind, they're going to call you first. Okay. So get into those community events. All right. The goal here is to get in touch with your sphere about 36 times a year. That could be calls, texts, social touches like Facebook and stuff like that, and definitely in person. All right, calls. I know nobody loves cold calling, but calls work, especially if you focus on like warm leads like open house visitors, maybe expired listings, or somebody that's doing an online inquiry or has in the past. So what do you say? Well, let's say you have absolutely nobody in your sphere of influence yet, and you're just talking to someone. Just tell them you want to give a quick update on the market in their neighborhood. Would they like a free home value market? Give them something. You have so many things that you can give them. You have school reports. You have just all sorts of stuff that you can get into. If you're not sure how to get a hold of that stuff, watch another video. I will have that coming up for you. All right. Don't aim for perfection. All right. Progress, not perfection. Try for a consistency instead, like 10 calls a day. Okay. If it's too hard for you, do 5 calls a day, but really, I want you to push yourself out there. Also, open houses are amazing. Okay. I know it used to be that open houses were like, oh, you're never going to sell something with an open house. But think about it. All right. Recently, our industry was completely turned upside down by this whole buyer broker thing. So every single person out there, if they want to go and look at a house, they need to sign a buyer broker with you. Why? Well, that's a whole nother video. But I actually completely agree with that. I know it's controversial because nobody likes change, but we've always used a buyer broker agreement in our office. Always. It was the standard, because I want there to be transparency. I want them to understand what they're getting into. I want them to see value. Again, get me off the soapbox because it's a whole long thing and I'm going to do a whole different video for it. But anyway, one way or another, you have to have a buyer broker. Whether you agree or not, you still have to do it. Okay, so if you have the buyer broker agreement or buyer contract or whatever you want to call it, wonderful. But what about those people that are like, I don't want to sign that. I don't want to sign a contract with any agent. I'm going to go and just look at open houses. That's their only option. That is their only option. They can look at new home construction model homes and then use that agent, or they can look at open houses and use the listing agent. Not what I would recommend, but whatever, you do you. So all of a sudden, open houses are like this huge, massive gem that nobody's talking about. They're still like, oh, open houses don't work. Our entire industry just changed. What are you telling me open houses don't work? Most of the people walking through are walking through because they want to buy a house but don't want to sign a contract with an agent, and they can go to an open house and not have to sign a contract with an agent. So all of a sudden, your listings that are sitting on the market, if you're doing open houses, you can do them every day, okay? Set it up as your office space. If it's a vacant home, put a little table or pull a chair up to the bar, whatever, set it up, do open houses, okay? Make your calls from there. You can go ahead and, with permission from the seller, you can go ahead and do some TikTok videos there, or you can work on your marketing. Do it right there. Make sure it's open for people to come in and check it out. Essentially make it your model home, okay? Like, make sure you are available for those open houses, because that is your listing. You are promoting it. You are trying to just sit there for 6 hours. Like, you're going to sit at the office for 6 hours. You're going to sit at home for 6 hours. You're going to sit in an open house for 6 hours. Choose which one is going to get you the biggest bang for your buck. Personally, I love getting multiple things done at one time. It feels like a game to me. I know it's kind of weird, but I do. If I can get 3 or 4 things accomplished by only doing one thing, I feel like I won. I did something, So that means that the time it would have taken me to do those separate things is now mine. I know it's like girl math, right? It's broker math. So I try and get the biggest bang for my buck. And if that means that I'm going to be sitting at an open house and doing my TikToks and doing my phone calls and everything and doing virtual tours of the open house and doing Facebook Live, TikTok Live, YouTube Live, all while being at the open house, that's phenomenal. I get to talk to all of the neighbors and everything as well. And possibly if they're going to sell a house, they're seeing how hard I'm working and how often I'm there and how many people I'm showing and what I'm doing while I'm there. I'm not just sitting there eating cookies. Okay, mind you, I do that sometimes, but not all the time. Anyway, open houses are incredibly important. So if you've ever done them before and you're just like, oh, that was so boring, I just sat there for hours, you did it wrong. You did it wrong. Okay, let's be honest. You could have done so much more and you chose to waste your time. So get out there, go to door knocking and give them a personal invitation to your open house. You can send out postcards to an even larger area. You can advertise, use the open house as an ad on Facebook. Huge, okay? But every single person you come into contact with, put them in your CRM. Put them in your CRM. So if you're putting them in your CRM, that's so that you can follow up with them later. Maybe they're a seller, maybe they're a buyer. Just start the conversation, okay? Have some interesting or funny information for them so that they are keeping you top of mind, okay? So every person who walks in is either a potential buyer, seller, or a referral source, and they become part of your sphere of influence, okay? All right. So make sure when you have an open house that you do have a sign-in sheet or maybe even just a QR code that's linked to your CRM. It's actually fairly simple to do. There's so many. Go to Canva if you're not sure how to do it. Canva has a lot of that stuff. All right, offer something of value like a free neighborhood market report or a school report. Those are phenomenal. Even if you're not looking to buy or sell, it's still really interesting information. Make sure with any of these people you follow up within 24 hours. The goal is not just to sell the house, which is truly important, but also to get at least 5 to 10 people in your pipeline every single weekend. Do it. So whether it's sphere, calls, open houses, the goal is the same. You want to build relationships. You want to track your contacts and you want to follow up consistently. If you think that you could do that without having a CRM, no. You might be able to do it with some, but not all. It's just not possible. You use more than 10% of your brain. I don't know. All right. So let's talk about those CRMs. CRM is a customer relationship management system. It's what keeps all your prospecting from falling through the cracks. Pretty much any place you go, they use a CRM. You call Domino's and they know your order. You go into Publix, you put in your phone number or whatever. All of that is putting your information into a CRM and telling them what your order is and what you like, so they know what to offer you to get you inspired to purchase from them again. Does that make sense? All right. Every place you go, they have a CRM. They would not spend that kind of money and resources on something that doesn't work. So which CRMs? All right. Follow Up Boss, that's one of the major ones. It's great for team collaboration. Fast lead follow-up. Professionals really love the texting and the calling features. They're kind of built right into it. Another one is KV Core. It's also called Bold Trail. It's basically the same thing. It's got the CRM, it's got website, it's got marketing, it's got lead gen tools. It's kind of an all-in-one type thing, but it's a beast and it takes a lot of time to learn. And I'm sorry to say their customer service leaves a little to be desired. All right, Lion Desk, pretty good. It's good for pros. It's not really, it doesn't have a lot of frills, but it is effective. Excuse me. Wise Agent, it's probably one of the most affordable CRMs. It's very real estate specific, has very easy drip campaigns, calendar reminders. It's good for like individual agents. Once you get into like teams or brokerages, not so much. Real Geeks, that is a CRM, plus it's got lead generation websites. It's great if you want to drive traffic and convert online leads. There are some downsides to it, but we won't get into that too much. Let's move on to Boomtown. It's a bigger player in the industry. It's lead gen, CRM, website, it's all in one kind of packaged thing. It used to be a lot of higher producing teams used it, but it is expensive. Same as the next one on my list, which is Top Producer. It is old school, but it's still solid. It has a lot of detailed contact tracking. It has MLS integration. It's great if you want something that has some flashy features, but trust me, you're going to be paying for it. And do not believe the whole, oh, it's only this price. Everything that you want to do, it's an add-on. All right, what about Cinc? C-I-N-C. It has a lot of capabilities. It's got some really robust tracking. It is a higher price point. It's very effective, especially if you're scaling up on your business. Realty Juggler, I haven't used this one, but it is super affordable. It's not fancy at all, but it's easy to use, and that's important, and it helps keep you organized. So it's a really good starter CRM, especially if you're budget conscious. You may also want to consider HubSpot for that same reason. It is very budget friendly, and it's very easy to use. Salesforce is the last one on the list. It is like the Cadillac of CRMs. It's very customizable, which all takes time, by the way, but it does integrate with pretty much everything. It's best for brokerages or like really big mega teams that want total control over the whole thing. But yeah, it's not necessarily for an individual agent. All right, as a bonus, I'm going to mention a couple more that I like, actually I love, and should be considered, which is Happy Grasshopper, which is a way more friendly and fun way to go about your drip campaigns. They send out these really fun, quirky emails that people actually read because they're really more personable. I had a lot of compliments and a lot of people who thought I was just sending them news articles and stuff. It was really fun. Then there's also from my brokerage's real estate coach, which is Josh Smith over at GSD Mode. Big shout out to him and his team. They created Perfect Storm. It's basically a no fluff version of a real estate CRM, and I've really enjoyed using that before. All right, hope that helps a little bit. You're going to have to choose where you are to what you want to use. If there's one that I missed or that you really enjoy, put it into the description below. I would love to, or in the comments below, I would love to hear about it. All right, so here's my takeaway. Fellow real estate professionals, prospecting. It's simple, but powerful. Start with your sphere and work out from there. Make your freaking phone calls and work your open houses, especially in today's day and age. None of it matters though if you don't have a system to track it. That's where a CRM comes in. Pick one that works for you and your business today. Don't overthink it. Don't think about years in the future. You can always export and put into another system later. But go ahead and use the one you have consistently. Remember, the best CRM is the one you're actually going to use every single day. All right, that's today's training. Drop comments in the comments below. And also let me know what CRM you're using right now or which one you want to try and why. If one of those that I mentioned you absolutely hate, share that info too so other people find out. Hit the like button, share. Hopefully another real estate pro will enjoy, and definitely subscribe if you want more training. I will be doing lots of these videos for my team, so let's get on it. Bye.